To bring you to speed on what is happening here, this is the construction of the first three terminals, or what we call the first three berths of Lamu Port. And where we are standing is the site of the first berth, whose construction is ongoing, up to where you are seeing the piling works happening there. Those are the piling works for the port deck, or what we call the quay area, where the ships dock at the port. And this is the yard where the containers and the cargo will be put, going all the way towards the land. And you've seen the causeway connection, which you have followed coming to the port. So these are the main facilities which are currently under construction. And together with this, for this particular yard to be formed, a lot of dredging works are ongoing in the sea there. You can see that yellow and white vessel there. That is the dredger. And it is dredging the seabed to 18 meters deep at low tide, which means that when it is high tide, you have additional 3 meters on top, which makes the port a very deep water port. So far, progress is at 40%. The piling works have already reached a length of 700 meters. There's additional half a kilometer or 500 meters yet to be done, and that is going to be completed by mid next year. We are also already having the first terminal, or the first port quay area, already being constructed to its fullness in terms of undertaking construction of the beams as well as the deck itself. And this is going to continue until the end of the 1.2 kilometers. It's a total of 1.2 kilometers quay area. Yes. Yesterday, the government of Kenya signed with the consortium of DBSA, Group 5 and Transnet of South Africa the project agreement for the construction of the Lamu-Garissa-Isiolo Road. That's about 532 kilometers. And that particular agreement will see the construction through a concession program to make sure that we have the link that we need from Lamu to Isiolo, to link all the way to Moyale and into Ethiopia, as well as from Isiolo to Lokicha and all the way to Nakodok into South Sudan.
The infrastructure where government is concerned is the on-land infrastructure, air infrastructure, the 3 airports that we're going to put up in here, the rail, the pipeline, the roads. But a critical one that we're already negotiating a PPP arrangement with is ferry services. And these ferry services will be carried out in partnership with the counties for purpose of local ownership. We are at an advanced stage of reviewing these PPPs. We expect to set up ferry service along the coastal strip, particularly from Mombasa to Lamu, but where possible, even below, where we are able to provide passenger services. But these are commercial services because they have to be self-sustainable. Passenger services would have commercial services where you move goods back and forth in between the two ports, and also very much for tourism. There's a very good market for that sort of tourism. Where as we connect the rail from here to Moyale and the likes, we also recognize the synergy between Kilindini and Lamu, because they also complement one another. That if you have any challenges on this end, then you're also able to use the other one. So we also, as you can see, there's this road being done from here to Garissa. That road is meant to improve transportation in between Mombasa and Lamu and grow internal trade between Mombasa and Lamu and open up the hinterland. But we should also have a real connection of the two SGRs, this one from the north and the lower north. That if we were to bridge in between the ocean, they'll actually come together like a jigsaw puzzle. And our interest is to make sure that all trade that is coming from the shores of China, from the shores of Pakistan, the shores of Afghanistan, and those stands, there are many stands around in there, that their choice destination before they are distributed to the rest of the world is